Greetings, dear, precious, beautiful soul that you are. Woohoo! The wind is blistery day. It's wonderful. It's feeling alive. You want to be really alive. See, really, because it's who you are. It's your nature. Your nature is activity. My topic, how to benefit from a failure. See, how to benefit from a failure. First of all, stop calling it a failure. It's called a learning experience, or it's a mistake, or it's not. Because you want to be able to turn failure into success in the sense of it depends on the context of your life, okay? Your context of your life is like a basket, and the content are the things, the fruits and goodies that you put inside the basket. Well, if the context of your life is, I am this physical body, and I am limited by the what I believe or what I've been told or taught, and I die. I am born and then I die because I'm a meat stick. You know, it's like that. That's not the truth, you see. So if the context of your life is that you're a temporary being person, and that you are not powerful enough to make your own choices and live the life you choose, or nor can you see, these are not truths, you see. But when we consider that, then we live in the world of success and failure. And then the words success and failure are really big words that are very destructive to people, because they want to succeed, but it becomes you want to be like others want you to be, or you want to attain something, but in this reality, every success has a failure. So then people will have then other failures, because first of all, we're believing in duality and success and failure. We have that as a belief system. So instead of knowing it's a system, we're believing that it's like an absolute. When we're absolute, you have to get, you're the absolute. There is, and in the absolute, there is no relative, you see, because there is not a sense of, all we're kind of different relative to each other and how you are. It's not that way. This is how our perception is perceiving things through the glass darkly, through the duality of like and dislike. I mean, like means it's going to be good for me, give me a happy future. Dislike is you could ruin my happy future that I want, because I'm afraid of pain and I want pleasure. And it's all of this that keeps us within this box of mind. You have to move beyond the box, and the only way you move beyond the box is you have to then step beyond where you perceive you have this mind, or the mind. Actually, you have divine mind. Divine mind is your level of is how you perceive. So how you get benefits from a failure is to turn it into a stepping stone to attaining what you want, and instead of calling it success and failure, because failure has so many terrible things on it, that it's loss of this, loss of that, nobody likes you, the body breaks down. We're set up in this because with our extreme identification as being the meat stick and physical body, and even people teaching people a lot of real truth, still keep identifying, say, well, you're made of water. No, I'm not made of water. Water is one of the elements that I use in my manifestation, you see. You have to know that as beings, we're not the big deal God, the big deal supreme being, but we are, let's call it the supreme being, an energetic. It's like it's just an energy, but it's a beingness. It's not just it's not a mathematical or a frequency, and this is how the perversion takes on. But and then we're the energetics that are being emanated continuously, unlimitedly, because unlimited, and yet we're always connected, so we're never away. But this is who we are. We're also individuals, you see. And that's what's so cool, because that makes infinite variety and what people would want to call relationships. But yet each is sovereign, and yet each sovereign participating together are part of a unity and a diversity of that's incomprehensible to a particular linear mind or 3D or virtual reality or AI, any of that kind of thing, because it's not in that realm of frequency. It is the realm of vibration. And there's a big difference between frequencies are measured, you see. Vibration are a natural divine experience and thing. So how you turn every failure into a success is to say, what was the lesson? What did I get from this? If it's always somebody else's fault, if always your mother did that, you see, if always it's her fault, then you have a love-hate relationship with every woman you ever meet. If you had like a relationship with your dad, it was like a certain way. There you're going to keep repeating that. Or your sibling rivalry of fighting and scraping. You know, I had three sisters, and there were four of us, all in high school at the same time, and hormonal stuff going on. It was a wild place. They were sure fun, though. I had a great time. Anyway, I'm just fun. We all showed up there together. But how to benefit then from a failure is, what do you need to do then to attain what you want now? Don't just give up. Remember years ago, I auditioned for the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera. And I had been taking lessons here and there, different teachers, but no one like the maestro that taught me how to sing opera and all that, trained the voice, had come along yet. But anyway, so I was doing singing here and there and all that, and I liked the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera. And so anyway, this one audition, I was at the finals, and Edwin Lester, who was at the time the big director of the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera, said, Terry, you know, he said, you really have great talent and all of this, but you really need to study, and you need to do this and that. Well, when I left, instead of taking that as such a great bit of advice, because I didn't really discipline myself that much. I got away with really doing well, but not like I could have. But like that's all of us, but who cares? It's now. So what's the lesson? And what I did is I didn't sing for 2 years after that, because I took it as a criticism. I took it, something's wrong with me. I'm not good enough, you see. So to me, then, what I did is I called it a failure. I shut myself down. I couldn't, because it was my own incense, my own feeling of identifying myself with this, of trying to get approval and acceptance from others. And it's all the same thing that, yeah, it's nice that we want everyone to love us, but ultimately everybody does who's a real being. We all do love each other. That means we're harmonized in that, in wishing each other well, working for the welfare of all living entities and animals and, you know, plant beings. Yes, absolutely. So we're already harmonious. And we want to also, though, recognize our individuality and each person's uniqueness. And we're using words to describe indescribable because we're indescribable. Because it's not indescribable had to be in words. So remember, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's how this was set up. That's not saying that's the divine. That's how this world is set up, the creation. That's telling about that. So then the Word became God. That means the sound and the words and everything gave the power of manifestation too. So we made them true and real and agreed with them. And then emotionalizing all of this. And then we take on what we call failures and add up these failures, or how they failed. And then they failed. And then they failed me here. And then I failed me there. Instead of, if we take that, okay, what's going on here? And is there really ever really a failure? Say if you're running a race. Maybe the race, if it's fun, who cares who wins? It's because you're having fun running, and maybe you play for who winner or loser, but it's a game. It's not serious. It's not life or death. It's not proving you're good or you're not good or you're bad. So you can benefit from every failure. And what I used to tend to do, I would shut down. And it's actually the worst thing that you could do. And it's always that thing, is make your correction. And to actually, when we're more neutral and we're not attached to whether winning or losing, we don't play win or lose games. We do what we do. You see, we're not attached to success or failure to do some. My daughter, you know, she's doing a film producing, documentary producing, and really cool things happening. And the steps she's had to take and learn and do. And it was so great because she was around me with my television ministry, and her husband, you know, is also in this work, and what they're doing, and all the different doors that close, but you don't stop. And it could take maybe years, in a sense, only because it wants to take that, because you're doing other things and other things are evolving. But people get so hung up, oh, you failed again, you loser, you know, or, oh, my son is a success. He has 85 million, what do you call it, what cars, or what do you mean, really? But what, is he also a human being, or is there anybody there, or is there somebody home, you see? What's your measurement of success and failure? So you could also use those times to transcend all the power you've been given to other people to determine who you are and what you do and how you feel, and to own and allow yourself to detach from the very things that are causing the suffering, you see. So how you have the context now for your life, the bowl that holds the content, to be that I am a divine being and all things are possible to me. And I accept that, you know, it's okay for me to make a mistake because I'm going to correct, you see. And what is a mistake oftentimes comes because we didn't follow our heart, or maybe we ventured out there to do something, but we maybe had some expectations that were not fulfilled. But if you step back and allow the divine, hey, and that's it. You step back or step more into yourself and allow the divine, instead of trying to work it out, success and failure, and then you witness how the divine works it out. Okay? So, yeah. We're not a success or a failure. That's not who we are. Those are words with meanings and definitions. This is what captures our energy. You are an energy of the energetic, with all those divine powers and abilities of Source, you see. Not the fullness, but yet always connected with, drawing from unlimited Source, you see. Yes. And person. Not just blob unconscious or consciousness. Consciousness also, what may I say? Because it's actually an activating of both your personal and impersonal. You might call it the male, the female, if you want. We could call those names, but the ownership and activation of all of our qualities and abilities, you see. And our ability to be in any reality that we choose, you see. So why not choose the topmost? The divine. Yeah. Beyond success and failure. Beyond, yes, that, to who you are.